Oh my gosh. Tarte. What are they doing? What is happening with this brand? Why do they keep making these mistakes? I am just flabbergasted. Maureen Kelly. She's the CEO. Bunch of stuff went down on TikTok. She tried to apologize, then apologized for the apology. We're going to go all into what happened and what they're planning to do in order to fix the problem that they're having. And then we have subscription box drama that I did not expect. And it was one of those stories where I started here and then I just kept falling down the rabbit hole of all these connections and different things happening that are going on right now, and why I personally am not going to trust the relaunch of Birchbox if it actually happens. And then finally, we are going to be talking about the shutdown of another beauty brand that just didn't make it. So if you're curious about all of those things, hang tight. I've got that and so much more. We're getting into it right now. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup, where we talk about everything that is happening in the beauty space right now. But before we jump into it, we do have to take just a moment to thank this week's sponsor. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my very echoey bathroom. This video is very kindly sponsored by Osea. One thing that you probably do not know about me that my family is extremely familiar with, I don't wear shorts in the summertime. I don't wear dresses, I don't wear skirts. It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees outside with 100% humidity, I will be in jeans. Is it comfortable? No, but I have been self-conscious of my legs for many, many years. This summer, I decided that I am making a change. I got some cute dresses and I got some new pairs of shorts, and I am trying to embrace my legs. And one of the things that is helping me embrace my legs is this brand new body lotion from Osea. This is their collagen body lotion, and y'all know how picky I am about skincare and ingredients and making sure that when I put something on my skin, it's got some really nice actives in there. But beyond that, you know that I am all about the texture and the scent of my products. The Osea body lotion is very lightweight, it is very fast absorbing, and it just feels good on the skin. As far as the scent of it, oh my gosh, it smells so good. It is like a citrus sorbet, but like creamy. But if you're not into the fragrance, they also make a fragrance-free version. This is the texture of it. As you can see, it is very thin, and that's what helps it to be so lightweight. Osea is a seaweed-based skincare line, and if you know about seaweed, you know that it is an antioxidant. It is also skin soothing. It feels really, really good on the skin. Beyond that, it can strengthen your skin's moisture barrier, and it also has brightening properties. And y'all know how much I love my peptides, so when I saw that there was a peptide in here, it's one of my favorite ones, and it's one that helps to firm the skin. And of course, being a moisturizer, it's gotta have humectant properties, bringing that moisture into the skin. That includes glycerin, hyaluronic acid, and vegan collagen. Osea does recommend you use this both morning and night. And one thing I love about using it at night is because it absorbs so quickly, it doesn't feel all icky and gross on my sheets. That is not this. This absorbs so fast, you just get in and your legs just feel all smooth and amazing. I have been primarily using this on my legs, but of course, it's a body lotion. You can use it all over your body, including rough elbows. You should also know that Osea as a brand is vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and it is also made in the USA. If you are interested in trying something from Osea, they have been kind enough to give me a 10% off discount code. It is JENLUV10. It's going to be over yonder and also in the description box. In case you forget, it will be there for you. Thank you again to Osea for sponsoring this video, and to anybody who clicks on the website and goes to check them out. And now, with that being said, my friend, it is time for What's Up in Makeup. So, you know how in the week you have a certain number of hours? So I ran out of those hours this week. And because of that, I am just going to go over top news this week. We're going to save the products for next week. I have a bunch of things that I want to share with you in top news. I think it's absolutely fascinating. And I feel like the most important product launches can wait for next week. And I just ran out of hours is what it comes down to. So let's go ahead and jump into top news, starting with the Tarte drama. If you were not aware, there has been some drama recently happening with Tarte and the recent influencer trips that they've been taking. As a quick summary, Black and brown creators specifically are feeling like they are not being treated the same as their white counterparts. There have been issues where people have called out a room size issue where they feel like they got a significantly smaller room, or they weren't invited to some of the events that they felt like they should have been invited to, that maybe some of their friends were invited to. And they called it out in public and said, hey, these are the issues that I'm having and this is how I feel about it. And the CEO of Tarte did want to address it. And the problem was that she addressed one of the issues in an extremely casual way while she was doing her hair, when it was a more serious issue to this person. This person really felt slighted and they were really hurt. And then Maureen just seemed very casual about it. She has since deleted that TikTok. Maureen has. Maureen did come back to address the problems because it really isn't just about a couple of influencers complaining about not being treated equally. The thing about this is that it goes way further than just a couple of influencers on brand trips. Tarte has had a problem with inclusivity for a very, very long time, with having deeper shades never come out or come out as an afterthought way after the main shade range. It's just been a thing that people have talked about, that the shadows don't show up on deeper skin tones, that there's just general problems with the brand only catering to certain people and leaving out people who are commonly excluded. And it just makes people feel awful. I'm going to go ahead and play Maureen's TikTok for you now so you can hear what she said about how she sees the vision for Tarte in the future.
I wanted to address a mistake that I made recently. I take full responsibility for a TikTok video that I posted responding to claims by a respected and valued Tarte creator. It was about a recent Tarte event that was meant to be informative and conversational from me, but it definitely missed the mark. My choosing a lighthearted approach to a topic that deserved a serious response was definitely a wrong approach. I should have used this as an opportunity to address the unequal treatment of Black creators within beauty creator programs. My post came across as me not taking the issue seriously, and I'm really sorry for that. As the founder and CEO of Tarte, I acknowledge that we have fallen short in matters of diversity, inclusion, and equity in the past. I want to ensure everyone that I have heard you. And starting now, we will be taking the following steps. We're reviewing our creator program and just making sure that it's inclusive and equitable. And we'll be updating it regularly to make sure we reflect changes that happen within the beauty influencer market. We'll take immediate action whenever we find inequalities or errors within our program. We're focused on fostering a culture of trust and transparency. Our creators are informed and empowered and can make the best decisions for their content and for their followers. We're also going to be more transparent about how we work with our creators, including how we choose them. I think that's not only going to just help the creators, but trust amongst the industry as a whole. As the CEO, it's my responsibility to make sure everyone's voices are heard and respected, and I failed to do that in this instance, and I'm so sorry.
Bria Jones is one of the influencers that was upset with Tarte. Since Maureen posted this post that I just showed you, she put up an update post, and I want to play that for you as well.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on really quick and say thank you for your messages. I wanted to update you that I've been in contact with Maureen and the Tarte team, and we are very much so on the same page with everything. There was miscommunication on both ends, and I recognize my mistake in responding so quickly and publicly, but Tarte has done a great job of working through the situation with me. So I know we're both glad to be moving forward in a positive way. For my mental health, I'll be taking a break from TikTok. That is why I deactivated my account, but I'm looking forward to, just getting in a better place and reconnecting with you guys soon.
So it does seem like things are smoothing out in this particular relationship, but I know a lot of people are still very upset with Tarte because this is a continual problem with this brand, and they just seem to keep stepping in it over and over again. It's like they step in it, they smell the doo-doo, and then they just keep walking and just spreading the doo-doo all over the place. And it's like, what is even happening over there? So I'm very, very curious to see if Tarte will actually make some improvements at this point, because it's not like Tarte was owned by somebody and now it's owned by somebody else. The CEO has always been the same. So it's not like anybody's inheriting these problems. These are just problems that have always happened. I am very curious to see where this goes from here, and I will be watching. I will keep my eye on it, and I will make sure to update you if I see anything. Do you remember when subscription boxes were like the thing? You may or may not have been watching YouTube at that point, but there was a time when our feeds in the beauty space were full of Birchbox versus Ipsy unboxings. And then Birchbox kind of fell off and BoxyCharm kind of took its place. And then it was Ipsy versus BoxyCharm. Well, now Ipsy and BoxyCharm have merged into one subscription. But what happened to Birchbox? There's a story there, and I am fascinated by this. I cannot wait to share with you. So this is what's happening. It looks like Birchbox is going to try to make a comeback. I'm very nervous about anybody that is looking to possibly sign up for Birchbox again, but I want to explain it. So let's just rewind a little bit to 2021 when Birchbox was purchased by a company called Femtech Health. And their idea, their dream for Birchbox was to make it AI based. This program that they had called Biome AI. It was like a health wellness AI technology or whatever. And what they were going to do was they were going to give personally curated skincare in the boxes, which is totally different than what Birchbox had been in the past. And it wasn't just skincare. They were also talking about healthcare, whatever that means. I don't know if it was going to be like multivitamin gummies or like what was going to happen there. Because the thing is it doesn't seem to have come to fruition. It doesn't seem to have actually happened. The last update we had on this was back in November of last year. And when we looked at the website, there was no AI happening. It was just basically a dead website. There were people that had ordered their October box and they were pissed because they weren't getting their box. And Birchbox put up this final post on their Instagram, which is still the final post on their Instagram, basically saying, we know you're upset, we get it, but we're having issues right now and we're trying our best, but it sucks right now. So we're gonna update you in a couple of weeks, which never happened. It never happened. They never did any updates. At least on Instagram, they never put up any updates. Along with that, they also had a lawsuit against them, but from a company called Aromatherapy Associates Inc. They had filed a complaint against Femtech Health, the owner of Birchbox. It was for failure to pay $227,000 for products that had already been delivered to Birchbox. Like they ordered it, the people sent it, they got the stuff, and then they just never paid for it. There were a couple of other cases as well, companies going and being like, hey, you never paid us for our stuff. And it looks like the latest update on that was in December, where a judge in New York granted a certificate of default after Femtech just didn't respond. They said, hey, you owe us over $200,000, and they just didn't respond. Like, how do they just not respond? I don't get this lawyer stuff. Like, how does that even happen? The other thing I wanted to mention is under that last Instagram post, I thought this was a little bit tacky, but you have to tell me whether is this just good business or is it tacky. Kinder Beauty Box posted an advertisement for their box on the post where Birchbox was like, we're struggling, we're having trouble, we're so sorry you're having problems. And here comes Kinder Box going in being like, hey, you need a new subscription? We're here to meet your needs. It's like, y'all are supposed to be Kinder Box. That is an move. Like, really? But anyway, we need to fast forward to today where Katia Bouchon, who was the CEO and founder of Birchbox. I'm pretty sure she was the founder, but she was the CEO when Femtech took over as part of the multi-million-dollar deal. It was like 30-some million dollars they paid for Birchbox. They were supposed to give Katia $2.1 million and they just never paid her. Like, she just never got her money. Beyond that, in that lawsuit, it says that Femtech Health misrepresented how much money they had when they ended up going in to buy Birchbox, that they had misled the investors. And that could lead to a whole nother set of problems for Femtech. But it may not lead to a whole nother set of problems because Femtech is dipping out. They just sold Birchbox to a company called Retention Brands. If you have heard of Retention Brands, you may be deep in the subscription box land because they are the ones that bought CauseBox, which changed into AllTrue and had a whole nother set of problems that I will not go into because that is a whole long story. I will leave the link to that story down below. That is a whole nother thing. So when AllTrue did this, essentially a very similar thing to Birchbox, where they just left all their customers hanging, that's when the Retention Brands went in and bought them. Now CauseBox / AllTrue, they are, up and running. I don't know how they're doing. Like, I don't know if people are actually subscribed to it or not and how it's going, but they are posting on Instagram and you can buy that box. So maybe they're trying to get Birchbox back to that place. What's weird about this though is when they purchased AllTrue, they tried to keep it like super hush hush of who was actually buying it. But the lovely people over at Forbes figured it out by matching up addresses to figure out, from like the customer service page on the AllTrue website where you have to like disclose certain things about like where your brand operates from. They did a reverse search of the address and found out that it was the Retention Brands. So what will Birchbox be reborn into? It seems like it's a mix of the old Birchbox and FabFitFun, where you are going to, starting at $13, be able to curate your box. You could get between 2 and 5 items in your box that you are going to pick, and then Birchbox will throw in something else. They say on the website you have the power to choose exactly what you want from samples, travel size, and full size options. They also seem to be bringing back the Birchbox shop, which was one of the things I loved about Birchbox. For every purchase, you do get 10% back to use at the Birchbox shop, which I think is a fantastic perk. This is kind of where I'm at with it. After just watching the Morphe Forma Jaclyn Cosmetics bankruptcy thing and seeing how many people's money just got flushed through the bankruptcy, I am concerned that if not enough people purchase from Birchbox, that the people that do invest, the people that do believe in Birchbox are going to get screwed. They will take our money to pay back people that they owe money and we will never get our stuff. Or we're going to get mediocre things or things that have been sitting around. I'm just skeptical. I'm skeptical of the relaunch. I do hope that Birchbox makes it back because at one point I was a very big lover of Birchbox. I have, a t-shirt. I have a Birchbox t-shirt that I used to wear all the time. I am hoping this brand comes back. I feel like Katya was kind of the heart behind Birchbox, and without her there, I'm just nervous. So my thing is, I just feel like I want to tell you, proceed with caution. I want you to have the information so you can make the decision for yourself. If Birchbox relaunches, which it looks like they're on the path to, just be aware they're having issues. Speaking of having issues, there's a company that is sold at Sephora that has a brand new class action lawsuit against them. It is a company called Nutrafol, and they sell hair growth supplements. The lawsuit alleges that products are misbranded and not clinically proven as advertised. They claim that Nutrafol has made false and misleading statements about the effectiveness of its hair growth solutions. The class action argues that there is a lack of scientific evidence to support the claims that it actually does what it says it's going to do. It also says that the products fail to live up to their promises and have misled consumers into purchasing ineffective remedies. And a big problem that I have seen in the past go through that I feel like could be a really big problem here is the fact that it's called a hair growth product. And if you are changing the structure of the skin or how the skin works or how the body works in general, that's technically a medication, and it has to go through all kinds of things in order to be approved and be sold to consumers. If that is found to be true, then these are unapproved drugs. Beyond that, Nutrafol's statements about their products fail to have that disclaimer that you see on supplements that say that they have not been evaluated by the FDA nor intended to diagnose, cure, prevent disease. You know those statements? They say that Nutrafol did not put that on their products, which is misbranding. The class action is not seeking any damages. It's just seeking compensation for people that purchased the products that didn't see results. They're alleging violations of consumer protection laws, false advertising, and deceptive trade practices. From my searches and from the article that's linked down below, Nutrafol hasn't responded publicly to the class action lawsuit, so we will see how this plays out. Sometimes class actions go through all the way to the end. Sometimes they get dropped immediately. I have a website that I check that'll keep me updated, so I will make sure to keep you updated. In more positive news, NYX is stepping up for LGBTQIA plus people in a new campaign called Game Out Loud. It is aimed at raising awareness and fostering a more inclusive digital landscape. The purpose of it is an anti-bullying campaign to say that people should be allowed to be themselves and not be harassed just for being themselves. As part of the campaign, they are partnering with influencers. They are also activating safe spaces online on Roblox and Twitch. They're also offering allyship training and education on the NYX website. Nicholas Vassat, he is the Assistant VP of U.S. Marketing at NYX, stated in a press release, quote, "Our longstanding allyship to the LGBTQIA plus community is a major pillar of our brand values. NYX Professional Makeup stands for artistry for all and proudly advocates for the community's freedom of expression online and offline." There wasn't a lot of information on this, but the article that I read did say that NYX conducted a study and found that 90% of LGBTQ plus IA gamers have been harassed for who they are online. To date, NYX has donated over $500,000 to LGBTQIA plus organizations, including the Los Angeles LGBT Center. The funds have supported youth outreach programs, training allies, providing meals and services for youth experiencing homelessness, and scholarships. I love seeing brands take a stand on this particular issue. It does touch my family personally in that I do have a non-binary child, and it is so hard for so many people, especially those that don't have family support, to go online and then be harassed and bullied. It is such a difficult place right now for people in this community who are just trying to be themselves, just trying to exist. So when we have brands that are standing behind and saying that bullying is just not okay, and that we should just let people be themselves, I can do nothing but support that. I think it is absolutely fantastic. And finally, we are going to end What's Up in Makeup today with a brand that is shutting down. Back 5 years ago, it was really hard to find something labeled clean beauty that was actually of pigmented quality. A lot of it was just lacking. Either it had a funky scent to it or it just didn't show up on the skin. I mean, it was kind of a mess in clean beauty about 5 years ago. And that was when Aether Beauty started with that mission of actually providing clean beauty because it's not a regulated term, but clean beauty that performed well. And unfortunately, they are now shutting down. Back 5 years ago, there really wasn't a lot of clean beauty out there. So Aether was really breaking in at the right time, but unfortunately, they didn't break through that growth barrier. In an Instagram post on Thursday, the Aether team announced that they are closing. In the post, they touted their accomplishments, including zero waste eyeshadow palettes, a mascara tube made from recycled ocean plastic, and a biodegradable wand, as well as paying fair and ethical wages across their supply chain. I don't know if this is the thing and why Aether Beauty is closing down, but I imagine all those programs were pretty darn expensive. And the thing about people is that people sometimes say that things are important to them, but then when it comes down to it, they don't support those things. And I have a feeling that that's probably what happened with Aether Beauty, that they invested in all of these really good, positive things to support people, to support the earth, and customers were like, meh. When it comes to my pocket, maybe I'm going to purchase something else instead because it may be cheaper, maybe I like the color story better, and they didn't go with the things that Aether thought people would think were important. That's just my guess. And plus, the clean beauty space is so big now. There's so many companies claiming to be clean beauty, even though, like I said, it's not a regulated term. There's so many companies that are claiming to be clean beauty. There's just so much more competition now. So that's just my opinion of why I think Aether is going out. But to be 100% with you, I've never tried anything from the brand. So if you have, I would love to know your thoughts about this down in the comments section down below. Are you sad to see Aether going? Are you not surprised? Let me know what you think. And that, my friend, was What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, thank you as always to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for your submissions this week. I will use most of them next week. I've been kind of sick and I've got things with the kids and my other job. And I ran out of hours and I just can't do anymore. You ever get to that point where you're just like, I can't do anymore. So I will do my 100% best to get you the best product report ever next Sunday. But before next Sunday, we are having live chat today at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you can join us. If you can join us, wonderful. If you can't, you can always catch it on the replay by going to your subscription feed. If you're subscribed, should be right there for you. If you're not subscribed, you can go to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the live tab. That's where they're all housed. Or you can go in the video description box here. That's where you're going to find the What's Up in Makeup podcast playlist, which has all of our episodes of live chat that we've recorded so far this year. Thank you again so much for watching, and thank you for being patient with me as I get through this little rough patch. I'm gonna get through. I just gotta, it's a little bit of a struggle, but I'm gonna get through it. So thank you for your patience. I truly appreciate it. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you right over here to watch, including a couple weeks ago's episode of What's Up in Makeup. But if you do need to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!